Good evening. We begin with breaking news from Washington, D.C. Chaos played out a few hours ago at the White House Correspondents Dinner where President Trump was in attendance. This was the moment Trump was rushed off the stage. Trump, the First Lady, and members of his administration were hustled out of the venue. Everyone else was left to duck for cover. Authorities confronted a gunman at a screening area for the event. One police officer was shot, taking a bullet in his protective vest. Now, he is okay. The FBI says the alleged shooter, a man in his 30s from California, is in custody. Trump spoke shortly after the incident.
So as you know, this is not the first time in the past couple of years that our republic has been attacked by a would-be assassin who sought to kill. In Butler, Pennsylvania, less than 2 years ago, you all know that story, and in Palm Beach, Florida, a few months after that, we came close. We really had, again, we had some great work done by law enforcement. But in light of this evening's events, I ask that all Americans recommit with their hearts in resolving our difference peacefully. We have to resolve our differences.
The White House Correspondents' Dinner will be rescheduled for a later date. And new tonight here in Ottawa, a woman is in critical condition and 3 others injured after a high-speed crash in Ottawa's South End. Ottawa paramedics tell CTV News Ottawa that several emergency crews responded to the crash on Barnsdale Road at Trail Road. That's just east of the 416. And that was around 6:15 this evening. 7 people were involved in the 2-vehicle crash. Paramedics say a woman suffered multi-systems trauma and was taken to the trauma center in critical condition. Another woman also transported to the trauma center, but in serious but stable condition. A 3rd female was transported to CHEO in stable condition, but her age was not provided. Ottawa police say Barnsdale Road is closed in both directions between Boris Okanee and Trail Roads. Turning now to our ongoing coverage of the flooding in the capital region. Officials say water levels are stabilizing, but a second surge of water could be coming for those in flood-prone areas. CTV's Kimberley Johnson spoke with East End residents today.
Floodwaters receding in Ottawa's East End, but challenges remain.
I'm hoping in 3 to 4 days, maybe, we should be able to have that part of our driveway usable, which would be great.
In Cumberland, Kaylee Plains Street still remains submerged in water, and she's still unable to park on her property.
A shock, very shocked. I didn't understand how come there was so much water, because I'd never, in this 4 years we've lived here, it's never been this bad.
While water levels are now starting to go down outside of her home, residents are being warned further spring flooding could be on the way.
Residents need to remain vigilant, right? Things are in flux.
On Friday, the Ottawa River Regulation Planning Board says rapid snowmelt and potential rain in the northern portion of the basin could bring another round of spring flooding, and areas along the Ottawa River from Petawawa towards Montreal are at risk. Officials say they'll continue to have sandbag stations like this set up to help residents. Those watching the river closely warn the second peak across the region could surpass levels seen earlier this week.
So residents, if they have sandbag walls up, they should leave them up. Yes, waters are receding for now, but we want to maintain vigilance and keep those up until we start to see a permanent recession in the water over the course of the next couple of weeks.
Not this deep.
Residents hoping for the best, but planning for the worst.
We've luckily gotten rid of it all. I'm really hoping it won't pass what we already had, because I really don't want to sandbag the house.
Kimberley Johnson, CTV News.
All right, let's take our first check of the weather this evening. Now, again, we are dealing with some cloudy conditions tonight. We'll take a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. We're sitting at around 9 degrees right now. And again, some cloudy parts that we're looking at, and things should be clearing out in the overnight in toward your Sunday. Here's what's happening right now. Again, clearing conditions in the overnight. Mainly sunny tomorrow on your Sunday and some more sunshine for your Monday. We are looking at the next 24 hours, a mix of sun and cloud. Sunshine in the morning, 2 degrees your wake-up weather. We could be hitting around 17 degrees for our high in the afternoon. But again, a mix of sun and cloud we'll be looking at. Again, we're looking at 9 degrees right now with some clearing conditions. Province-wide protests were held this weekend to push back against the privatization of healthcare in Ontario. The rally in Ottawa took place downtown at the Human Rights Monument. And as CTV's Natalie Van Roy tells us, it comes after the Ottawa Hospital announced plans to cut 3% of its workforce.
A rally at the Human Rights Monument in downtown Ottawa.
That are openly happening. One of that is the
protesters against the privatization of healthcare and cuts to hospitals.
Our hospitals are going into debt. They are not receiving the transfers and the funding from the province that they need to keep functioning. We already have desperate situations of hallway healthcare, patients left in garages.
Holding signs with statements like "Don't privatize our public health care." Others here taking issue with changes to Freedom of Information laws and OSAP adjustments. Barbara McKenzie says navigating the hospital is a nightmare.
And they made me wait 8 hours, not putting me on the heart monitor. They were saving them for the worst case. And I ended up they really hustled when they found out I had pericarditis, which is a serious infection of the outer lining of your heart.
The protest comes as the Ottawa Hospital plans to cut 3% of its workforce, roughly 400 positions due to budget pressures.
Our hospitals are in debt, so if anyone cares at all about our health care, they should be out here.
Without healthcare workers, we have no healthcare system, so losing these positions means that people will just be waiting longer.
Terrible. I think if anybody has visited a hospital recently or has been with a loved one, the waiting lists are horrible. People are doing hallway health care.
In a statement to CTV News, the Premier's office says Ontario is proud to have one of the largest publicly funded healthcare systems in the world, and our government is making record investments to continue to connect people to the care they need when they need it. This year alone, we are investing over $101 billion in our healthcare system. This includes a 4% increase to the hospital sector.
Neighbors, helping them.
Still, many across the province are frustrated with the state of Ontario's healthcare system.
What we're really seeing is the things that Ontarians count on, they said they're not working anymore.
Natalie Van Roy, CTV News.
Well, it was a nail-biter of a game for the Ottawa Senators, the team looking to stave off elimination at home this afternoon in front of a packed crowd for Game 4 against the Carolina Hurricanes at the Canadian Tire Centre.
Mario couldn't get a stick on it. He'll steal it back. Mario with a chance.
Big hit there. Let's fast forward to the second. A massive hit from Sens defenseman Taylor Clevin on Alexander Nikishin. That sparked some chaos in the period, and it was a clean hit, but Nikishin was rocked and needed help off the ice. The aftermath led to more fighting, and Taylor Hall scoring to get the Canes on the board first, with Ottawa looking for the equalizer.
Desperate for a power play goal. Yakimchuk across, drive, scores! There it is!
Greg Batherson scoring the Sens' first goal in back-to-back games, and that got the fans in the CIBC red zone outside the CTC excited too. The game was tied at 1 late in the second. Then in the third, the Canes with the go-ahead goal from Stankoven. And Ottawa, they actually got one back from Dylan Cousins to make it interesting late in the third, but the Canes, they would add an empty net, and right there, eliminating the Sens from Stanley Cup playoffs. Carolina sweeps Ottawa. They advance to the second round. Here's what some fans has to say as the Sens season comes to an end.
Tough matchup. I think we could have handled Buffalo better, but Carolina, they took it to us and they handled us, and that's what it is. Our stars got to be stars.
I'm proud of Allmark. He battled through a big, difficult season. Outside of that, not a lot to cheer for offensively.
Unfortunately, when you go 1 for 8 on the power play,
1 for
9, 2 games in a row, 3 games in a row, you need a little bit more.
It feels like what Toronto felt like every year when whoever beats them wins the playoffs.
Honestly, a wonderful season, though. A 5% chance to make the playoff in January. You know what? You can't complain too much, but there's a lot to be disappointed about with getting swept by the Hurricanes. Although they are a very good first-round team, I hope they get swept next round.
I thought it was going to be a 7-game series, honestly. I thought both teams kind of stacked up pretty well against each other. I think I underestimated Carolina, honestly. Looking back, I probably want Buffalo. No playoff experience, but you know what? It is what it is. Made it as the 8th seed. Next year, you know what? Win the Cup.
This is the second year in a row the Sens have been bounced from the Stanley Cup playoffs in the first round. And as one Ottawa hockey team's playoff hopes come to an end, another still in the hunt. In the last game of the regular season, the Ottawa Charge and Toronto Scepters fighting for the final playoff spot in the PWHL Walter Cup Championships.
Taken away by Jenner. She feeds it to House.
Sarah Wozniacki adds an insurance goal there for the Charge early in the third, and they'd add an empty netter to seal the deal. 3-0 is the final. Ottawa punches their ticket to the postseason, and it was an emotional moment for head coach Carla McLeod. She missed a number of games in the season while undergoing cancer treatments. She was behind the bench for today's game. Ottawa now joins Boston, Montreal, and Minnesota as the four teams still in contention for the Walter Cup. The PWHL playoffs start on Thursday, and big news for the Charge fans as the postseason run. All of their home games will be played at the Canadian Tire Centre. This is after surpassing 100,000 total attendees over the course of the season. All right, coming up, we'll check out the outdoor and adventure travel show that's back in Ottawa this weekend. Plus, we'll have a look at your extended forecast.
Ottawa is always on the move.
We're a big city
with a laid-back vibe.
Where foodies love their sweets.
And markets bursting with flavor.
Wrapped up in waterways.
And hot summer days.
This is a city where culture is on display.
And the future
meets the past.
Where people come together.
Always proud.
Often loud. Whee!
And positively the best place to live.
We move with you, Ottawa!
The outdoor and adventure travel show is back on at the Nepean Sportsplex this weekend. The annual event showcasing the latest gear and trips for outdoor enthusiasts. From paddling to camping and hiking, the free showcase has something for all types of adventure lovers, and it's back on again tomorrow. All right, we'll take another look at what's happening weather-wise in the city. First, we'll take a look through our Centennial Glass sky cam, though. 9 degrees right now. We are looking at, again, some cloudy conditions, but that's clearing in the overnight. We'll take a look through the satellite radar right now. And again, you see that cloud system be moving out of the Ottawa area, and we will have some clear conditions, mainly for your Sunday and continuing on into Monday. Looking at tonight's lows, 1 degree here for Ottawa. Same thing for the Seaway. We've got 0, though, toward the Trenton area. -1 for Pembroke, -3 toward the Bancroft area. We're looking at -2 in Maniwaki, -1 for Petawawa, Gatineau, and Mont Tremblant, +1 clear conditions in Kemptville, and 4 degrees with some cloud cover toward the Montreal area. Now, as for our highs for your Sunday, 17 degrees, that is, mainly sunny in the Ottawa area, 16 degrees for Cornwall and Brockville, 14 degrees for the Kingston area. We've got 15 in Trenton, 17 up in Kittigan-Zibi, 17 as well toward the Pembroke area. Same thing for Gatineau. They're sitting at 17 tomorrow, but they're looking at a mix of sun and cloud. Clearer conditions toward Petawawa with 17 degrees, 18 up in Maniwaki, 16 degrees, mainly sunny toward the Kemptville area. Now, here's how the week is shaping up. Again, on your Sunday, mainly sunny, 17 degrees the high. Again, the overnight low will be dipping down to about 1. And then on Tuesday, Monday and Tuesday, look at that, 20 degrees could be the high. We've got clear conditions, sunshine on Monday, Tuesday, cloudy, but 20 degrees. And then we got some rain, some showers that be rolling in Wednesday and into Thursday.
It was his dream to see it, and now he got to see it, so we're excited.
Well, after the break, we'll tell you how space enthusiasts are marking International Astronomy Day here in the capital. Well, today is International Astronomy Day, and space enthusiasts got a chance to learn about the wonders of the sky at a special event today. CTV's Camille Wilson was there.
The sun is yellow.
What feels like one step closer to the moon for Tadek Kalani and his family, learning astronomy.
It's like more hands-on experience, like, with all these telescopes here. It's gonna help them, get more engaged in topics like this.
Seeing beyond imagination for families attending the International Astronomy Day Safe Solar Observation.
We saw the moon, and there was black dots on it. And we saw the sun.
Telescopes of different sizes and types on display. People here learning how they work and viewing live video imaging of the galaxy, the sun, the moon, planets, and star clusters.
I like seeing the moon with the craters, the sun and sunspots. Yeah, it was really exciting.
You can really see those sunspots.
Space is huge, like, you know, something to learn more about and like open their knowledge and get to know more. I like this event. It helps the kids even the junior level and to get more knowledge about it.
The event hosted by local amateur astronomers from the Ottawa Valley Astronomy Observers Group and the Royal Astronomical Society.
It's assumed that most people haven't had a chance to look through an actual telescope. We all have a passion for astronomy as our hobby, and we're trying to share that passion with people by giving them a view through our telescope.
Never looking at a telescope before and it looked cool.
It was his dream to see it, and now he got to see it.
With the recent Artemis II mission sparking much more curiosity.
That's totally a coincidence that it just happens to be Astronomy Day right after this huge event where a Canadian went around the moon. It really inspired a lot of people to get into not just astronomy as a hobby, but just an interest in science.
The experience possibly changing career paths for some.
We look forward for something in the future. Maybe you want to be an astronaut?
Camille Wilson, CTV News.
You're looking.
Harris pushing this line forward. The diagonal ball across. That's dangerous from Golan! As she's got one back.
The Ottawa Rapid kicked off their season opener in the Northern Super League in Halifax. Ottawa wildlife photographer Michelle Valberg is celebrating after winning gold at the World Photographic Cup in Iceland. Now, this shot showing a mother polar bear and her cub standing on a volcanic rock won gold for the wildlife category. Now, the World Photographic Cup is an annual Olympic-style event where teams of photographers represent their country. Now, Valberg's work also earned the Best in Nation award as Canada's highest-scoring image of the competition. Well, after going unselected in the 2026 draft, 2 Ottawa natives has reportedly signed undrafted free agent deals with NFL teams. According to TSN's Dave Naylor, Wesley Bailey is heading to the Los Angeles Rams. Bailey was touted as one of the most athletic Canadian players in the 2026 draft class. The 6'5", 265-pound defensive end had productive collegiate seasons at Rutgers and Louisville, including 39 tackles and 6 sacks last season. And Renee Conga is going to Miami. Moments after the draft ended, Conga reportedly signed a guaranteed contract with the Dolphins worth $287,500, that is. The 6'4", 300-pound defensive tackle spent his first 3 collegiate seasons at Rutgers and transferred to Louisville for his final 2 seasons. And Ottawa's Rapid FC kicked off their Northern Super League season this afternoon in Halifax.
Harris pushing this line forward. The diagonal ball across. That's dangerous from Golan! As she's got one back.
Ottawa made it close in the late stage of this game, but it just wasn't enough. The Halifax Ties take it 3-1 your final score. Now the Rapid will play again next Saturday at TD Place Stadium for their home opener. That'll be against the Calgary Wild. All right, coming up, we'll have more on this Olympic-style Corgi competition. Plus, we'll have one more look at your wake-up weather when we come back.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Tanea Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
Hairstyles, courtesy of Salon Fiorella.
All right, let's take a look at your wake-up weather here in the Ottawa area. 3 degrees. It's going to be clear conditions, and again, mainly clear conditions for your better part of your Sunday and continuing on into Monday. 17 degrees the high on Sunday, and then look at that. Monday and Tuesday, we could hit 20 degrees for both those days. All right, finally for us tonight, a day for the dogs. 150 Corgis gathered in Prague today, competing in Olympic-style events to determine the top dog. Well, the dogs raced in a 100-meter dash. The fastest Corgi competed the race in 8.9 seconds. And for reference, the world record for 100 meters set by Usain Bolt, 9.59 seconds. Now, other dogs competed in best dressed. They also were seen wearing matching outfits as their owners. So again, lots of fun for Corgis in Prague today. All right, well, that's CTV News for this Saturday, April the 25th. For all of us here at CTV News, thank you so much for watching. Have a great night. See you again tomorrow.